Good evening, everybody. Again, welcome to the 14 Eagles webinar screen share. My name is Greg Phillips. I'll be your host. First and foremost, we'd like to thank you guys for last week. We had some technical difficulties, but everybody stayed on the call, so that showed me that this is a family. We still have information that we can share, and every now and then you're going to get a glitch, but that's okay. We are all in this together. We're going to make this thing work because this is a family, not just a gifting platform, but it's more of a family of people who care for each other and want to work with each other. So with that being said, Bryant, you have the floor. And thanks again, everybody.
All right. Thanks a lot, Greg. Appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Welcome you to the 14 Eagles Thursday night webinar conference call. As Greg said, we had some technical difficulties last week, and we apologize for that. But, the show must go on. They did a fantastic job keeping everything going, and I appreciate that. I had computer issues last week and Wi-Fi issues. I just had everything going on. I just had issue after issue. So I wasn't able to get on myself, but Greg and the members, they kept everything together and kept it going despite all the issues, and that's great. It's great when people can work together through adversities and still make everything go as smoothly as possible. And we really appreciate for having them to do that and the coming forth, taking care of that when it was needed. We're going to have a sort of a different call tonight, a webinar tonight. We're going to go through the 14 Eagles concept and the platform itself, and we have some extra things that's going to happen throughout the call as well. So I'm not going to belabor it any longer. Well, first of all, let me do this. Just to give out, do some house cleaning real quick and involving the platform itself. Matter of fact, we've got a little surge in the platform. A lot of people are starting to ramp it back up again, which is great. People are coming in, sending gifts, and we always love to see that. We really encourage people to follow the instructions on the 14 Eagles video presentation here on the community website, which is located at www.14eaglesden.com. And we really encourage you to follow these instructions when you get involved, when you sign up and you set yourself up with your Cash App ID and you start to send your gifts, and when you're receiving gifts. If you follow these instructions, you shouldn't have any problems at all. But if you do have problems, if something does kind of go sideways with you or whatever, please just, make sure that you send us an email at controltower@14eaglesden.com, or you can also contact us on our members service number. And if you go to the Contact Us tab on the 14 Eagles community site, we have our email address here, and we also have the phone number that you can call. If you don't get somebody, just leave a message, and we will get back with you. All right? We're here to try to help you. We want to make sure things go smoothly for you through the gifting process, and we're here to help. So if anything does go wrong, get with the person that invited you. A lot of times they can get you through that situation, whatever it may be. But if not, then just send us an email or give us a call, and someone will get with you as quickly as possible, and we'll get you squared away, okay? But for the most part, everybody's doing a fantastic job, and it's really good to see when people are doing things the right way. And every now and then, someone goes astray, but we get them right back on track as soon as possible. All right, and so, and they really appreciate. People really appreciate that when we get with them, real very quickly, and we handle any situation that they have. I'm a firm believer that no matter what you're doing, no matter what the platform, no matter what the company or product or whatever the case may be, business, whatever. If customer service is there, then people have no problems. Customer service to me is everything. And everybody that has been involved with our admin for 14 Eagles, I'm pretty sure that they can attest that 14 Eagles takes care of every situation, okay? And we try to do it in a timely manner. We don't want to leave people hanging at all. We want to make sure that people are taken care of and move expeditiously so they can do what they have to do within the process. All right? So we pride ourselves in that, and so we want to make sure that everybody has a pleasant experience when they're dealing with the 14 Eagles family. Okay, so with that in mind, what I want to go over real quick is I really want to go over the 14 Eagles website real quick. When you come to the 14 Eagles website, which is located at www.14eaglesden.com, one of the main things I want you to really take hold of is go to the welcome on the home page. We want you to go to the welcome, and even when you're introducing people to 14 Eagles, send them to the 14 Eagles website and let them read the welcome. Ask people to read the welcome, so that way they can get a perspective of what 14 Eagles is truly all about. Because in this welcome, it really, succinctly and in very short fashion, gives you a good perspective of what 14 Eagles is all about and what we do. If they can read this welcome, I think that it'll put them on the right track on where we're going with 14 Eagles. And then after they read the welcome, then instruct them to look at the 14 Eagles video presentation so they can see how the platform works. All right. In traditional businesses, the first thing that they always lead with is the company, to tell you about the company itself, whatever the company is, and then they tell you about the product that they market. All right, so people can be familiar with the product that they market and what the product does. And then they go into the marketing plan, okay, or how to make the money. All right. Well, first of all, with 14 Eagles is not a business. And so we really want people to really understand that portion of it. 14 Eagles is not a business. We're not a company. We're not a network marketing company. We're none of those things. We have nothing to sell. We have no products, for 14 Eagles, all right, for you to make money off of. None of that, okay? What we're really trying to get across to people in the concept of 14 Eagles is that 14 Eagles is a platform, and it's a community, all right? We're trying to build a virtual community here through 14 Eagles. And in building the 14 Eagles community, we have a platform where people can help one another by sending and receiving gifts. All right? And so that's 14 Eagles really in a nutshell. And so, we understand people are in the business mindset when they come and take a look at 14 Eagles. We understand that. And so, it's just a matter of trying to switch your mindset a little bit, because 14 Eagles is a different type of animal, a different type of structure, different type of platform than what most people are used to seeing. Even with gifting platforms, our whole concept is different than most gifting platforms that you may see or you have seen in the past. And so that's why, it could be a little challenging at the very beginning in getting involved with 14 Eagles because of how we do things here, all right, which is very different than what most platforms and businesses do, all right? And so we really want people to get acclimated to that. And the sooner that, people can get acclimated to that, the better, all right? The more success that they will have in dealing with what we do here at 14 Eagles. Now, yes, 14 Eagles is a community. We're community-based. It's a virtual community. And yes, we do have a gifting platform, right? But that's not all 14 Eagles is, right? Because we are a community base, we're a virtual community. We're building a community. We have other aspects of what we do as well. All right. So now, the other aspect is we pride ourselves on giving information. Okay. We're trying to help people to expand their consciousness and to change their thinking. The way our society is built today is built on manipulation. Okay. And so we try to get people to kind of take part in the information that we give out, so they can see, or kind of, I'm trying to put it in the right words, so they can get acquainted with the manipulation that the current system has put upon us. And sometimes we have to, give some information that you've never seen before, and you may not be accustomed to, or you may think the information may be a little harsh to you sometimes. And so, and we try to be, as light as we can with the information up front, but we will be getting into some deeper information later on. But what we want to do is just get you an introduction to some information that we feel that most people need to have. Whether you believe the information or if it resonates with you or not, that's okay. Okay, but you still need to see it. We feel you still need to see it and draw your own conclusions. And so we really encourage people to come to our video row on the 14 Eagles website and look at the videos that we have on this video row that will give and put you in a different mindset, all right, by looking at these videos. If you give yourself a chance to look at each one of these videos, there's not very many of them, and they're not very long, and this is done on purpose. This is just to get you an introductory to some of this information, so you can go and research this information. Never trust or believe anything that you see until you go and research it for yourself and see that it resonates with you or not, okay? Because it's totally, mainly up to you on what you take in and what you want to perceive and believe. Totally up to you. You are the last person that makes that decision. Don't let anybody make that decision for you. We really encourage that. And then also, if you have information that you feel that the community needs to take part in or needs to see or needs to be introduced to, please send it to us, all right, so we can put it out to the 14 Eagles family and community so they can take part in that information, because all information is needed, whether it be good or bad, okay, because everyone needs to be educated. Right? We can't just get information from one source all the time, especially from our mainstream media. So we want to be clear about that. We have been manipulated practically all of our lives. So in order to turn that around, we have to go and seek information that we otherwise don't get. And so, and you have to be careful about the information that you get, but nonetheless, you need to get it, and you need to research it, and you need to assimilate it to where you need to assimilate it in your life for you and your family. All right? So therefore, you're in control of whatever information that you want to take in and you want to take heed to. It's totally up to you. All right? Now, the other thing, because of our community that we're trying to build here, we encourage businesses. Businesses is one of the things that we really encourage, because 14 Eagles is not a business. And so we don't make money here in 14 Eagles. All right? We're just a gifting platform. All right? So, but we encourage people to have businesses. We encourage people to get businesses. We try to show people about different businesses as well. So we take pride in that, because every community should have businesses. That's what a community is. okay, having the people and having businesses where people can get their goods and services. So we really, really encourage that. So anybody that has a business, we encourage you to come and advertise on our 14 Eagles community site and advertise to the 14 Eagles community. That's why we're here. All right. So, you know, if you have a business, we want you to make money, and we want you to do it with the community, because we want to try to keep everything within the community. That's the whole premise and concept of 14 Eagles, is building the community and keeping the economics within the structure of the community. Because as soon as you start taking money outside of the community community starts to falter. It starts to fall down. So, you know, our whole concept is community-based, and we're trying to keep everything within the community as much as we possibly can. And so in our virtual community, that's what we want to do, all right? Because in the physical communities, that's one of the things that we're lacking, all right? We don't have the camaraderie, and we don't have people circulating their dollars or their funds or their economics within their own communities. We're always encouraged to take our business outside of the communities. And so that's what a lot of times hurts our communities in the outside world. But so we're trying to set an example in our virtual community on what we need to do on the outside. And so if we can be successful virtually in our virtual community, then we can carry that forward in our real communities, the communities that we live in, all right? And so we really encourage businesses. So anybody that you know that has a business, introduce them to 14 Eagles, all right? So they can bring whatever they have to the 14 Eagles community. And it doesn't have to always be a network marketing community. I mean, a network marketing business or MLM. Or anything like that. It can be any type of business, because eventually what 14 Eagles is going to do, what we're going to evolve into, is we're going to have a directory of businesses. All right? Brick and mortar businesses, lawn services, barbershops, beauty shops, restaurants. It doesn't matter. Grocery stores, whatever it is, we want to put it in our 14 Eagles virtual community. Because if we build a directory and 14 Eagles is eventually all around the country and ultimately all around the world, then no matter where you are when you travel through the country or around the world, if you want to, let's say, go to a restaurant and get something to eat, well, the first thing we want you to do is check with the 14 Eagles community, check in the directory, and see what area you're in, if that's in our directory, and see what restaurants is in our directory who's a part of the 14 Eagles community. And then you can have an opportunity to go and visit with that establishment instead of going to some other establishment. Because by going to the establishment that's affiliated with the 14 Eagles community, now you're keeping the economics within our virtual community. You understand? See, that's the concept that we have here. So that's why we're trying to build a business base to be able to advertise to the community, right? So we can all keep it within the community and build that way, all right? And see, and we have a formula for that, all right? So by all means, encourage people to advertise on the 14 Eagles community website. It's a twofold advantage by doing that, all right? Now, what I want to do real quick, because we got a lot of things we want to cover tonight. On the 14 Eagle site, we have our 14 Eagle, well, before I do that, I'm sorry, let me do this. Because one of the other things that we do as well is we have partnered with an organization called Fund Me 24/7. We really want people to really take a look at the Fund Me 24/7 platform as well. The reason why we have partnered with Fund Me 24/7 is because their ideology and their whole concept is parallel to 14 Eagles. All right? they are so similar, there was no reason for us to do this, to compete with one another. Right? It was just more advantageous for us to work together as a group. Okay, two different platforms working together for the same goals and means. And so we've partnered with FundMe 24/7 because they are dealing in the crowdfunding industry. And really, if you really look at it, 14 Eagles is a crowdfunding platform. Okay, if you really look at it. But FundMe 24/7 has taken crowdfunding to a whole nother level, in a whole different direction. And so we really encourage you to take a look at FundMe 24/7, which also has a separate platform called FeedMe 24/7, which is a feeder system for FundMe 24/7. And both of those work simultaneously with one another in what is called the dynamic trio, because they have three different platforms within that one entity. And so they're doing a very, very unique thing to where people will be able to raise funds for whatever personal or business projects that they may have. So no longer do you have to try to go out here and borrow money from family and friends, or try to go get a loan from a bank, okay, and pay high interest rates and all of these different things. No, you'll be able to raise money just through crowdfunding. And they have a very unique way in doing that. And so we encourage you to go and take a look at that. And if you so deem so to get involved, we encourage you to get involved. You don't have to. You know, it's totally up to you. But it's just a platform and an entity that we're working with, and we're working together, because it's always good to have something to fall back on. You know, instead of just doing 14 Eagles, doing FundMe 24/7, which kind of parallels what 14 Eagles does and is all about, then it just enhances what you're trying to do, okay, and especially in building the community. Because we're really, really adamant about building a virtual community, because we know that if we build a community, the money will automatically follow. Okay, money is no issue if you're building a community, because the money will automatically be there. See, we're using money as a tool and not as our main project or our main source, so to speak. The source is us. We are the source. And so we encourage to build a community, and then the money will automatically come. So that's kind of like the concept that we both run on. And so if we do that with both of these platforms, then you can help to become successful as far as what you need money for, okay, for whatever personal or business project that you may have. You can do it both in FundMe 24/7 and 14 Eagles simultaneously. All right. Now, what I really want to go over real quick, oh, wrong one. What I really want to go over real quickly is the 14 Eagles platform itself. I just want to take a few minutes just to go over this, because I want people to really understand. And, you know, we don't normally go over the platform itself because we have a video, and we want people to go and look at the video themselves and study it and look at the platform, because the platform is not very difficult at all. We tend to more or less get people to look at the concept of building the community, because as I said before, building the community, the money automatically comes. And plus, 14 Eagles, there's no fees to get involved with 14 Eagles. So, you know, trying to pay a fee, that's null and void here, because 14 Eagles doesn't get paid. No one gets paid in 14 Eagles. It's all about the platform itself, okay? Because the platform is there for people to help one another. That's it. And as long as we have that platform and people are helping each other, then everything else is just organically happens, as long as we're building a community. But I do want people to understand how the platform works. So I encourage you to come and watch the 14 Eagles video. Watch it 2 times, 3 times if you have to, all right? Because it's not very difficult at all to really, really grasp. But, you know, some people may not be attuned to it, and it may take them, you know, a little longer to really understand and grab the whole concept of the platform. So in saying that, on the 14 Eagles community site, we have a tab here that says how it works. How it works. If you go to the How It Works tab, this goes through in detail, okay, where you can read it, not just looking at the video, but you can read it line by line, just how the platform works. Now, everybody is familiar with the first step or the first level in the platform, where when you enter into it, you'll get 3 names that will be presented to you, okay, to where you will send $2 to 3 people for a total of $6. Now, once you do that, that puts you in a position to be able to receive up to 14 gifts of $2, okay, totaling $28. This is the most important part of the platform, this first level, this first step here. This is the most important, because without doing this first step, all the rest of the steps are irrelevant. Okay? They're irrelevant. So, the thing is, you're giving 3 gifts to 3 people. Real simple. Once you give those 3 gifts to 3 people, that opens you up to be able to have your own nest and for people to fall into your nest and gift you $2 each. 14 people, total of $28. Now, once you've done that, now you want to make sure out of that $28, you want to take $21, okay? Once you have received all $28, that means your nest is filled. That means 14 people have sent you a gift, okay? So where you can accumulate $28. So at that point, what you want to do is technically take $21 out of the $28 and go to the second level or the second step into the process, into the gifting platform. All right? And that way, once you reach the second level, go to the second level, now the system is going to give you 3 names to send a gift to 3 people of $7 each, totaling to $21 that you've saved $28. All right? So now that you've done that, you sent $7 to 3 people. Now, just like step 1 or level 1, in level 2, now you're able to receive $7 gifts from 14 people on level 2. So those same people that come through level 1, just like you did, they're going to come to level 2, right behind you. And they're going to give you a gift of $7 each, totaling $98. You see how that goes? So now the thing is, you can't get to level 2 until you finish level 1, right? That makes sense, right? So now, even though you went to level 2, and we've got a lot of people doing this, they're forgetting to go back into level 1. Because, see, when you fill a nest in level 1 and you've received $28, and then you go to level 2, send your $7 to 3 people, which is $21, now you're able to receive gifts in level 2, but you also can go back into level 1 at the same time. So now when you go back to level 1, it's going to give you 3 names where you're going to send $2 gift to 3 people again. And it may be 3 different people this time. All right? And so when you send those $2 gifts to 3 people, okay, for the second time, now it puts you in position to receive $2 gifts again. And now this time, now it may be completely different people that you're receiving gifts from. Follow me? Because, see, if you don't go back into level 1, you can't bring more people in, all right, so they can get to level 2. Make sense? See, this level 1 is the main portal that everybody comes through. No matter who they are, where they come from, they will all come into level 1. If you don't open up level 1 again, you can't bring anybody into the process. All right? And if you do invite somebody in to 14 Eagles and they start their level 1, process to start sending their gifts in level 1, and you haven't, then guess what? They will bypass you and go to somebody else. All right? So it's very important when you go to level 2, when you filled your level 1 nest and you go to level 2, remember to go back into level 1. That's the most important level, because this is the level that everybody comes through. All right? And everybody that you bring in, they will always follow you back into level 1. So whenever they go back into level 1, guess what? They go back into your level 1. I hope everybody sees that. So now, just like this, just like going from level 1 to level 2, the same thing happens from level 2 to level 3. Okay? Once you've received $98 in level 2, now you filled your nest in level 2. Out of that $98, you want to hold $90 so you can go to level 3. So now you go to level 3. Now you're going to send 3 people $30 each. The system's going to give you 3 names to send $30 each to those 3 names, all right, which is $90. Now that puts you in a position to receive $30 from 14 people that it comes in behind you in that nest. That's $420. All right? But at the same time that you finish level 2, you want to go back into level 2 again. Okay? You want to go back into level 2 again. You always want to go back where you just came out of, because that way, whenever people come from level 1, they're going to follow you into level 2, and you want to make sure you have your level 2 open, just like you want to make sure your level 1 is open, so when you bring new people to the community, they have a place to go to send their gifts. Follow me? This is the process. This is how the platform works. So now, once you fill up in level 3, your nest 3, now you want to, out of the $420, you want to take that money and which is going to be $300, and be able to go into level 4, because now it's going to be a $100 gift to 3 people, opening you up to be able to receive $100 from 14 people. That's $1,400 that you're going to receive once your level 4 nest is filled. Once that's filled, you want to go to level 5. Now it's $200 to 3 people. All the way to level 6, which is $250 to 3 people. And every time you leave one level to go to the next, make sure you go back to the one you just came out of and re-enter that nest again. Once you get to all 6 nests are open, now at that point, everything works simultaneously, okay? And each nest is working on its own merits now. You have all 6 nests open, and each nest is working independent of one another. The only thing that you have to do is keep up with whenever your nest closes, you want to open that nest back up again. You don't have to go to the next nest because they're all open. Okay? All of your nests are active now. So people can come into each one of your nests. I hope everybody is seeing this. So whenever a nest closes, the only thing that you're responsible for doing at this point is reopening that nest again, re-entering that nest, sending your 3 gifts for that particular nest that just got closed. Okay? So that's where it says down here. This is what we call a cycle. Whenever a nest closes, okay, now that nest is closed, now you want to recycle back into that nest. All right? So in level 1, your level 1 cycler, okay, whenever you receive $28 in level 1, then all you want to do at that point, since you have all 6 nests open, all you want to do in level 1 now, whenever it closes, you want to take $6 and put $6 back in here to give to 3 people, $2 to 3 people, and you keep $22 for yourself. You do whatever you want to do with that $22. Pay a bill, whatever you want to do. Okay? I hope this is making sense. Level 2, same thing. Whenever level 2 is filled, You want to take $21 out of the $98 that you got for filling up level 2. You take $21, go back in, and send 3 people $7 each. And you keep $77 for yourself. Same thing with level 3. You're keeping $330 for yourself. Level 4, you're keeping $1,100 for yourself. Level 5, you're keeping $2,200 for yourself. And level 6, you're keeping $2,700 for yourself. See, that's $6,400 every time you cycle in all 6 of these levels. Is this making sense? I hope it is. See, this is the power of building your community. See, when you build a community, all of this stuff automatically happens. All you have to do is just make sure that you keep recycling back wherever nest you came out of. Right? Money is no issue at this point, right? Money is no issue because you're getting all the money that you're using is coming through the community. All this money is being recycled into the community. So money is no issue. The only thing you started out was your initial $6 gifts, $2 to 3 people. That's it. Everything else automatically happens because you're building a community. And see, that's why we always harp on the concept of build the community and the money will come. See, we focus too much on the money sometimes instead of focusing on building our community. If we focus on the community, the money will come. I hope this makes sense to you. I wanted to go over this with you. Make sure that you look at the video presentation. Look at it a few times if you have to. Then come here to where it says how it works on the 14 Eagles website, and go through this yourself. Read through this. Go through the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Okay? And see what happens when you build a community. See what will happen to you. See, understand, this is not income. These are gifts. These are contributions that you get from the community that you're building. And so that's why we have to understand the whole concept. I hope that makes sense to you, okay? And I just wanted to go over that. All right, so now, let's do this. We have our business community, right? And we're encouraging businesses to get involved with 14 Eagles. We encourage you to do this. All right? Now, what I want to do, because we're doing some special things with our businesses, and what I want to do at this point, I want to bring up Dwayne Ferguson. He's really taken on the mantle of working with the businesses and getting the businesses out there to be able to advertise on the 14 Eagles community site. And Dwayne, let me see if I can bring you up. Say something, Dwayne. You there?
Something.
All right, there you go.
I'm here.
You said something. Okay. All right, Dwayne. If you will, go over the business community part of 14 Eagles, and I know I said a little bit about it, but you can expound on it, and then go into the little spill the juice, as you put it, for the program that we're doing with the businesses here for today.
Gladly. Greetings, everybody. Hope everyone's being safe, maintaining good health, boosting that immune system, and staying out of harm's way. And when you come in contact with it, the immune system knows how to take care of that. Just a matter of you making sure you equip it well. That's my advice to you all that are still trying to figure out how to even deal with this thing. Businesses. Brian did speak about that earlier. I'll just kind of touch on that for the most part. We're here. We're looking for grassroots. We're a grassroots community. So we're looking naturally for grassroots entities, whether individuals, very, very simple, progressive, but simple individuals, as well as simple businesses and progressive. and that has no elevation, no platform, no limit, if I may, on it. We like to refer to the sky as the limit. We say, no, the sky is the beginning. And we want to give you that opportunity as we're growing. So we extend to you all that actually have home-based businesses right now, regardless of what you're marketing. Whatever you have taken time to invest in to get started to free yourself financially, we're here to help to support that. Bring it. Bring everybody. If you have a team, have them come and do the exact same thing. As a result of being a member of 14 Eagles, you'll have that opportunity provided you're a bona fide member, which means that you have to also be part of Feed Me, Fund Me. You know what the total amount to do that is $6 one time to 14 Eagles and $10 for the Feed Me, which of course was set up a free Fund Me account, which is not active, but its structure is in place. So it's a total cash outlay of $16, one time out of pocket, and that starts the party right there. From that point on, you're now eligible to advertise your product, your company, your service, whatever it is that you're doing, and you'll be able to do that for 2 months or 60 days. We've already bypassed the special that we were running. We ran that for 2 weeks, so you would have had an extra 30 days. Many of you all have who have businesses and heard this. Unfortunately, you missed it. I don't know why, but you missed it. So, maybe down the road we'll do it again, have something special. But this is a golden opportunity to get your information out there. Advertising is a lot of money. I mean, if you look at other venues, they charge quite a bit. And we just want to give you that opportunity because we are a community. We want to help you. We want to put you in the best possible situation that we can from our angle as we're growing, and to help to give you support. So this doesn't stop anything that you're currently doing with your business for advertising and promoting it. This is just something added. And we're just saying, hey, if you have something of value, if there's no value, don't bring it. But if it is of value, by all means, bring it. And don't be a secret agent. Don't be so bashful. We won't laugh at you. We won't pill codes or anything like that. It's, if this is what your baby is, we support that. Just come clean with it, and take advantage of the opportunity, not only to move your program or to move your products and services, but at the same time, because you're part of the community, you're also eligible to receive those contributions. So it doesn't limit that, doesn't hamper that. You can have everything going on at one time. So we want to put you in the best possible situation. So again, if you have a business, anything of value, something you think that needs to be shared, step up and give us a call. You can touch base with us. You can actually go to our Facebook page on 14 Eagles Den and message me, or you can go to our Attack College Debt Now site on Facebook. We have 2 pages there, and you can either way you can alert us and let us know that you have an interest in doing so, and we'll get you straight. Or you can also shoot the message over to Control Tower at 14eaglesden.com. I did say that correctly, didn't I, Brian?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, I'm getting better. So that's the part on business. So we hope to hear from you, and we can get that going. We'll also want to give exposure to our special that we're now running, which is our home-based business of the week that comes out of our community. You have to have a advertisement already posted up on our community site, and once you've done that, then you're eligible to participate in that drawing. We do a drawing every week. Last week we did have a drawing, but we had some malfunctions with the internet and all, so as a result of that, I want to give him the opportunity to maximize that information that he's going to share with us tonight. and the one that we're speaking of is Ronnie Harris. Ronnie has a program that he's doing through 14 Eagles, and he's going to take 2 minutes and share that information with you all. So Ronnie was selected as Home-Based Business of the Week, which we refer to as Who's Got the Juice. Ronnie, are you there? Calling all Ronnie. Ronnie, just unmute yourself.
Okay, let me see if I
Can you
get
say him anywhere, Brian?
Okay, Ronnie, are you there?
I am there now.
Oh, there he is. Fantastic.
All right, good. Great. Hey, Ronnie, how are you?
I am good, Dwayne. How you doing, man?
We're good. We're rolling with the punches, man. And what can we say? Well, you know, you got the platform, so you get to spill your juice again. So the platform is yours. You got 2 minutes to give us what you got.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks tremendously. This is deja vu. I seem to have done this once before. So good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Ron Harris, and it is truly an honor to be representing the HBV of the week. And so thank you a lot, Dwayne, Greg, Brian, for allowing me to spill the juice, so to speak. Hey, listen, in the interest of time, I just have a few words to share with you. I put my ad on 14 Eagles to honor what we call the dynamic trio these days, and it's also known as Fund Me 247. But my effort to support teachers was my primary goal for 2020. And my goal was to help a minimum of 6 teachers or educators raise in the neighborhood of $200,000 each before the end of 2020. Unfortunately, 2020 gave us a lot of surprises, namely a pandemic, but that's okay. We're going to work through that, and I'm still working to offer my assistance to teachers and educators through the Dynamic Trio program. So listen, I understand while all of you are trying to build your community, but I would just ask that you share my 2020 goals with any teacher or educator that you know of, in the event that that teacher needs some support or needs help in any form or fashion. And if you know teachers that are on your team, I would welcome their support as well from the standpoint of offering expertise and how we can do a better outreach to our teachers to help them out. In 2020, my goal is to inspire any of our educators or teachers to continue working as a teacher, because everything that I'm seeing and everything that I'm reading, we're going to have a very, very difficult time keeping teachers gainfully employed given the meager salaries that they have. And it's even more of a challenge in 2020 given COVID-19. I don't think they know yet exactly how teachers and educators and our institutions, our educational institutions, are actually going to be open given the pandemic. So it does make for a new challenge, and not to mention the fact that we have spent a significant amount of time with our kids out of school since the pandemic hit us. But I'm going to leave you with this. No teacher should ever have to walk the picket line for a higher salary. And I'm willing to wager a hefty sum of money that basically says a lot of you really wish that teacher was back in the classroom, given that you're working with your children at home today, trying to teach them math, algebra, science, etc., because we're all quarantined. So teachers are incredible. They are an invaluable resource. They're worth their weight in gold and more. A teacher is responsible for the development of the most important resource in our country. That's our children, the leaders of our country, and the future of our world. So I'm going to leave you with this one takeaway. I believe teachers and educators should be in the top tier of salaries, and they should not be at salaries that are compared to poverty levels at any given time. And with that, God bless, remain healthy, and once again, thank you for the honor of speaking to you about my project for 2020 and also being the home-based business of the week. Back to you, Dwayne.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. And I'm glad that he spoke of what it is that he's providing, because see, that was his individual vision that he has, and and he's going to leverage that vision to be fulfilled by way of the 14 Eagles Feed Me, Fund Me platforms. Well, each of you all can identify what your own specific purpose is, goal is, to drive your community. And your very people who are actually part of your community can actually play a part in what it is he's doing without you actually losing a penny or losing anything. If anything, it actually boosts it quite a bit, especially if there's a team that grows in there. So don't limit yourself to what specifically you want. You want to identify and find out what they want. What is it they're looking to raise funds for? You know, it might be teachers, it might be something else. So what you just have to make that identity. You just have to identify what that particular thing is. What is your why? That's what it is. What exactly is your why? If you don't have a why, there's no purpose. There's no reason to go forth on it. It's no motivation. It's not sexy. It's just a thingy. And what we want to do is help you to identify that sexiness or that burning drive of whatever it is to help you to get to that to get your community going. And everybody has their individual whys, and that's the thing that you have to help them to identify. Okay? Last but not least, well, in the other part of that, last week we had the drawing. Venus Bradford was selected as Business of the Week for her business. And Venus, are you on board right now? Are you in the queue anywhere? Are you here? Unmute yourself if you are.
Yes.
There you are. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Hope you're doing well with yourself. Hope everything's going well.
Yep.
I know you have 2 different ads, so you have to identify which one you like to speak on that you're going to speak on next week.
Okay. I have to tell you now?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't. But we just want to make sure that you at least were here to acknowledge that and officially claim your prize for business, home-based business of the week. Who's got the juice? So
Okay.
You will have your opportunity next week. We will be placing your information up on our 14 Eagles Den Facebook page as of tomorrow. So you'll let me know tonight. You can text that to me as to which one you want, and make sure we place that up. It'll be correct about that. And put a blog in. Tell us some information about what it is that you do. You have that opportunity there to just fill that up. You know, be short, sweet, to the point, but, you know, give them what they need. If you got videos, if you have anything like that that you want to post, you can do that as well.
Okay.
So we want to really make sure that you get your information out there, and then next week you'll get a chance to talk about it and share your information, your website contact information, which of course all will be placed on the Facebook page. So you'll have that opportunity to do that. Okay?
Okay, great.
So again, congratulations. Thanks for being there, being an active participant, not a secret agent. And
I think I got on a few minutes late, but I've been on.
Oh, naughty. Okay, we're going to have to cut some off for you. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're good. But we know everybody's got crazy schedules here, so, you know, but you did take the initiative. You're here, and that's the main thing. So again, thanks for participating, and we'll look forward to the 2 minutes that you'll have next week, and of course the information you'll put into your blog and all.
Okay, great.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.
And last but not least, we talked about different purposes that we all have in being part of this community. And one of the things that we're doing right now, we're making preparation to help students out, because students are hit horribly. I mean, matter of fact, they're treated horribly economically. Brian, if you would like, you can jump in here. We can definitely dialogue this, but we're going to be short and sweet on this. But you know, you got a 17, 18-and-a-half-year-old that's going to college, and all of a sudden they hit with a need to obtain money so they can go to school. And if they don't have it, they got to get it from somewhere. If they don't have scholarships, if they don't have the money itself sitting inside the vault in their home, where do they get it? And usually that's what debt now starts to create. And all this money is now thrown at them so that they can get financial aid through loans from different institutions, some federal, some private, and they're in school and they're not paying any attention to this because they don't even know what it is. They just know that it has to be paid, and there they are. 4 years later, they're hit with a nice big smacking debt, nice big bill, and it's got their name on it. So right away, we want to help to address this. So right now, we have an initiative, which our motto is "Let's net to kill the debt," but we want to attack your college debt now. And essentially, we want to help to break the grips of student loan enslavement. So we want to start that now. And we're working on some very creative things that we're looking to kick off this summer to get that going, because we do want to have a number of students on each college campus nationwide, whether it's a junior college or whether it's a 4-year school. It could be D1, D3, D10. We don't care. It could be a trade school. It doesn't matter. If you have a tuition there, we have what you want. And what we essentially want to do is help those students on a national initiative to establish a self-sustaining economic college experience where we help them to essentially eliminate their college debt or pay it off, graduating debt-free. So if that resonates in you, get in touch with us, because we're putting this together. And we're going to kick this off hopefully mid-June, because we want to get that going. So whether people are still allegedly stuck in the house or they're out and about, but we want to start pumping this information out right now, so whenever they go back to school, they're all primed and ready to hit the ground running. And there's no reason why we can't hit hundreds, if not thousands, of schools. Look, if you only got one school, one will turn into 10. So if you have individuals that are actually in school or have a need for this, all it takes is one to get that started. From that one, it's going to hit 10 very quickly, because they do have friends and family, that classmates that are at different schools, and they're in contact with one another. So we want to get that going right away. So if that's something that tickles your fancy, drop us a line at one of those 3 venues, and let's connect so we could get that all together. But we're going to kick this off real hard up here in Maryland and D.C. area. All right? That's pretty much my part there, Brian.
Fantastic.
I'm going to hit this back over to you.
Hey, great job, man, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate Ronnie Harris and what he's doing with his project. It's fantastic that he's trying to help out the teachers, and he's absolutely right. Our teachers are grossly underpaid, and it just makes no sense. I mean, this whole system makes no sense if you really look at it. And our kids going to college trying to get an education, and it's crazy that they're in debt before they even get their first job. That makes no sense.
They're in debt before you know what a debt is.
Yeah, it's just ludicrous. So, hey, look, we're here to change things. 14 Eagles is here to change things. And if anything is going to get changed, we're the ones who's going to do it. It's up to us. We can't wait for governments and corporations to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves. And so we have to create our own system. And that's what this is all about. So I hope everybody is grasping the concept. It looks like we are. And then, with businesses coming up and telling what they're doing and what they have, we look forward to Venus telling what her business is and what it's about, so we can get that out there to the people, so people know that what she does, and so they can take part in what she does. That's what we do here at 14 Eagles. So we appreciate that, and thank you, Dwayne, for everything that you're doing for the whole business concept and the college debt situation. We really appreciate that. So with that in mind, we're not going to hold everybody up here. This is a great call. I want to do is, Greg, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, yeah, there you go. All right, go ahead and close us out, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Brian. Dwayne, thank you again for putting that information out there. And Ronnie, I want to tell you something about school teachers. I think is very, very important. People need to know. when I was in about the third grade, I had a teacher. I was really failing in school, but I used to talk a lot. I guess I used to like to run my mouth, as you guys can tell tonight. And she did something for me that really changed my life, because most people don't realize that the way they decide to build prisons in your neighborhoods is if a child can't get more than a fourth grade education reading level. Okay? So what she did for me was she gave me a note to take home to give to my mother for school. And, usually when your teacher gives you a note to take home from school, you're a bad little kid like I was, you would rip it up and get rid of it. But she said it with so much compassion and so much concern for me, I actually gave the letter to my mother. And basically what the letter said, because I couldn't read it, and basically what the letter said was that your son is a very bright young man, and if you will get him to come to school an hour before the school actually starts, I will tutor him. So, Ron, I really understand what you mean when you're talking about, how powerful teachers are, because that woman changed my life. And so I'm 100% down in what you're trying to do, and anything I can do to help you, you can reach out to me and let me know, because I think that's very, very important. So, family, that's all I want to say about that. But, we want to make sure everybody has a safe and pleasant holiday coming up, But, and when you're having your barbecues, if you can, let your family know about, our student debt program that we're working on. Let them know about our business program that we're working on. Let them know about 14 Eagles, and let them know about Feed Me and Fund Me. Because, family, we need each other more than ever before, because businesses are starting to open back up, but unfortunately a lot of people are not going to be able to go back to jobs. So we have to help as many people as we possibly can, and we have the perfect vehicle to do it today. So with that being said, family, I just want to thank everybody for coming to the call tonight. Like I said, be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your holiday. But more importantly, let your family know. Come to the 14 Eagles platform. Like I like to say, each one bring one next week. Because 14 Eagles is just a platform of ordinary people coming together to do extraordinary things. Bryant, back to you.
All right, fantastic.